Joining us is Nancy Degner from the Iowa Beef Council. Welcome, Nancy.
Hi, Jason.
I love a juicy burger and a juicy steak, and there are times when nothing beats my craving for beef. Why is that?
Well, that's because, first of all, people love the taste of beef. And beef also provides satiety. That's a fancy word for satisfaction. And that's because the protein in beef is more satisfying than that in carbohydrates. It helps you curb your hunger, and that's important for losing or maintaining weight.
Well, tell me about, if you're an exercising person, you want to eat right, what are the health benefits of beef?
Well, beef is a naturally nutrient-rich food. One serving of beef provides 10 essential nutrients that your body needs to build muscle, to maintain weight, and also to fuel physical activity. The really easy thing to remember is beef gives you ZIP, zinc, iron, protein, and B vitamins. And they're all important for maintaining health and disease prevention.
Okay, how do I fit beef into my healthy living plan?
Well, first of all, start with moderate portions. And nutritionists define one serving of beef as 3 ounces of cooked lean beef.
Okay.
This is a size, and it compares very well to a deck of playing cards. That's a visual image that you can remember.
Okay.
Second of all is choosing lean cuts. Now, how many lean cuts of beef do you suppose we have?
Well, I don't know.
Well, there are actually 29 different cuts of beef that meet the government's definition of lean. We have a chart here that you can print off and list the cuts and the cooking methods. If you're in the grocery store at the meat case, then one easy thing to remember is look for round or loin on the label, and that's a good indication of the lean cuts.
Okay, when I get to the meat case, I never know which type of ground beef I should buy.
And as you can see, that's because there's so many choices.
Yeah.
Ground beef is usually labeled by percent lean.
Okay.
So 90% lean means 90% of the weight is beef, 10% is fat. And you can see it really runs anywhere from 70 to 96% lean. So there are lots of choices. In general, the redder, the leaner it is. You can also find ground beef it's called ground chuck, ground round, and that's an indication that it was ground from that particular cut of beef.
Okay, I noticed you've got a hole in this burger.
That's right. And if I'm going to make a burger for grilling, or I want a big, nice, thick, juicy burger, I'm probably going to choose 80 or 85% lean. The fat is there for flavor and to hold the patty together. When I grill them, I like to put a little hole, just tiny little hole in the center of the patty, and that allows the heat to cook evenly, reach that center, get it done to reach that 160 degrees that we recommend for the desired doneness for ground beef.
Okay, so let's say I'm really trying to cut out fat. What type of ground beef should I use?
Well, then you want to go with a 90% lean or leaner.
Okay.
And I have a pound of 93% lean here.
All right.
And to make it less dry and to make the burger hold together, we're going to add an egg white per pound of ground beef. Okay. And then we're going to add some dried breadcrumbs or some oatmeal. And that will cause it to hold together, and the egg will cause it to bind together, to be firm. Then I like to add just a little bit of steak seasoning, and it just boosts the flavor just a little bit.
Sure. All right, so you add a slice of low-fat cheese, and you've got a lean, mean cheeseburger.
You can make so many family meals with ground beef. You can also save time, money, and reduce fat by rinsing your ground beef.
Really?
Really.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, I have a pound of cooked crumbled ground beef, put it in a strainer, put it over a bowl, and then we're going to rinse it with 1 quart of hot water that we're going to pour over those crumbles.
Okay.
And not only can you reduce fat, but you can save time by packaging. It's about 2.5 cups of crumbles equals a pound of ground beef.
All right.
And then I put it in freezer bags, a pound to a package, and then I have all the ingredients for a quick, fast meal when I get home from work.
Well, everybody loves steaks, especially on the grill, but there are so many kinds. Where do I begin?
When you get to the meat case, you'll find everything from a chuck steak to a top loin steak to a ribeye steak to a round steak. Some of them are more tender than others. Some belong on the grill, some don't.
All right.
One thing you can do is ask your butcher, ask about, for some assistance or some help, or you can go to our website, iabeef.org. But what you really want to remember is almost all of these steaks are on our list of 29 lean cuts.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
One really good choice that is an all-purpose, all-round steak is a sirloin steak. And it's lean, but it's also very versatile.
Okay, well, what can you do with a sirloin steak?
Well, this would be a whole sirloin steak, and the first thing we want to do is trim the fat. That's important. So we'll trim the fat.
Okay.
And what I can do is cut it into individual steaks, and portion-wise, 4 ounces raw is about 3 ounces cooked. So you have a little bit of shrinkage when you cook it.
All right.
So cut some steaks, then we can cut in cubes for kebabs, And we can also cut some strips for stir fries, all out of a sirloin steak. Cubes for kebabs and strips for stir fry or fajitas are an excellent way to add colorful vegetables, fruits, and whole grains to your diet.
Look good.
Another thing you can do for a super healthy meal is a steak salad.
Okay.
And I'm going to start, you can use stir fry strips, or we can take an already cooked steak and slice it in thin strips. And then we're going to have your favorite bed of greens, whatever kind of lettuces you want, and we're going to top it with colorful vegetables, fruits. We've got a pear there, some low-fat cheese, and top it with your favorite salad dressing.
All right.
And 3 ounces of lean steak with your colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, low-fat dairy makes an excellent healthy meal.
Okay, Nancy, what should I remember about healthy eating in beef?
Well, eating beef healthfully is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, you want to choose lean cuts. Remember, there are 29 cuts of beef that meet the definition of lean, or look for round or loin in the label.
All right.
2, you want to cook it right. You want to trim that fat like we did,
Right.
but also cook in ways to reduce fat. And number 3, you want to eat moderate portions. So
Right.
remember that deck of cards.
Okay.
4 ounces raw equals about 3 ounces cooked. You can also find more information on our website, iabeef.org.
All right, Nancy from the Iowa Beef Council, thank you very much for joining us.